All right, Pat, you want to know what grinds my gears? Well, I already told you what grinds my gears. But today we lost I guess you would call him an icon in politics, I guess.
Depends on your circle.
Yeah, depends on your circle, I guess. But Rush Limbaugh passed away today. He was battling stage 4 lung cancer and passed away today. He had it for about a year before he passed away.
Hold on, before you move on, because I'll find humor in anything. When I read the fucking headline the first time, I thought it said Rush Limbaugh passed away after a 70-year battle with cancer, and I was like, God damn, how old was he? Fuck me.
So, Pat, I was thinking about this on my way home because I was scrolling Facebook today at my lunch, and I saw somebody post something. I wasn't on Twitter. Like, I'm a Facebook guy, not really so much a Twitter guy, even though go follow us on Twitter at number 9 pod. Or follow us on Facebook, number 9 with Tommy Podcast. And the amount of people that are just talking shit about this guy.
Yep.
We try not to get too political, right? I think it's very obvious that I'm more Republican than Democrat. Pat kind of shoots it down the middle.
Libertarian, baby.
I think he leans right, but kind of gets swayed left too. So he's right down the middle. But I think we can both agree that there's a specific side that since they were elected into office has preached nothing but unity, right, and coming together. So this guy is a conservative icon in America for the last 30 plus years, right? And there are people praising the fact that he's dead.
To your grind my gears point, we did not have a conversation about this before the show, correct?
No.
I did, however, screenshot several Twitter posts about Rush Limbaugh dying, completely unrelated. When you said I have a grind my gears, I thought it was going to be about my friends emailing in, even though they don't listen to the podcast. I had no idea that you even knew that Rush Limbaugh had passed away, or who the fuck Rush Limbaugh was. I don't know what you know. You know what I mean?
No, to be honest with you, I'll tell you this right now. I've never listened to a Rush Limbaugh show. The only reason I know who he is because while I was watching the State of the Union last year, President Trump presented him with the Presidential Medal of Honor. So that's how I know who he is. And from there, like, I learned a little bit about him, but I've never listened to one of his shows ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead.
So I'm going to read a few of the tweets that were offered up by your fellow Americans. Remember, these tweets are in reaction to the death of a human being. Rush Limbaugh died. Right-wingers on Twitter are heaping praise on him. I challenge you to read the things he said about minorities, black people, gay people, women, sexual consent, torture, climate, even the January 6th attack, and find things to praise in there. I challenge you. The man's not in his hole yet, and you're already just like, his legacy's fucked. It was 4 days into a week-long break from Twitter, but Limbaugh dying felt like a necessary moment to reemerge. My sincerest condolences go out to Hell's other residents who now have to deal with being associated with him. Rush Limbaugh was one of the most harmful and poisonous people in modern United States of America. His pursuit of wealth and power hurt untold numbers of people and wrought incalculable damage to politics as a public good, society as a whole, and the planet itself. New tweet. Whether you loved him or hated him, and there are very few people in between, Rush Limbaugh was indisputably a force of historic proportions. Over the past 3 decades, he did as much to polarize our politics as anyone, and laid the groundwork for Trump and Trumpism.
Now, mind you, when Trump first announced that he was going to run, Rush Limbaugh hated it and actually developed a very strong relationship with him. So, not really true.
Right. Rush Limbaugh has passed on, but worry not. His memory lives on through bigots everywhere. Because if you like Rush Limbaugh or do math, you're racist. Just to be clear.
I was just like, no matter what, man, if you are a Republican,
I'm going to start making a list of the things that make me a racist.
This
is a fucked up list.
This is a guaranteed fact. If you are a Republican, you're racist.
I think if you have a heartbeat, you're racist at this point.
Well, not unless you're praising the death of another human being.
That's true. That's how you get immunity from racism.
Okay.
Rotten hell is what Twitter decided to put right below the Rush Limbaugh trend. Conservative radio host and author Rush Limbaugh has died at the age of 70, Fox News reports. Rush Limbaugh was a coward and a white supremacist. He aggressively and cynically exploited divisions in our country by weaponizing hatred and bigotry for his own personal gain. He was in service to his own greed, prejudice, and hypocrisy, and that is how history will remember him. If Rush Limbaugh deserves credit for anything, it's his pioneering work in spreading disinformation and directly enabling our nation's current state of vast distrust of experts and spurning of good faith in the public discourse. He will not be missed by rational adults.
Okay.
Hold on. My personal favorite.
You should have said who tweeted this shit.
My bad. Well, my personal favorite comes from Scott Shapiro, who said, I wouldn't say I was happy that Rush Limbaugh died. It's more like euphoria.
That's a big word, Pat. I don't know what that means.
Almost like he was high on Rush Limbaugh's death. It was so good that it was euphoric.
So, see, this is my problem.
These guys orgasming to Rush Limbaugh's 70-year-old dead, cancer-ridden body.
So this is my problem, right? There's a couple things. Yeah.
I'm just glad that none of these people are perpetuating hate like he did.
Yeah.
Racists. Why not say it's too bad for his family? Or, he meant so much to so many. That's not untrue. I don't give a fuck if he meant so much to the Grand Wizard of the fucking KKK. He still meant so much to so many. It's such a nice message to send. Erica said, how does it make them better people to speak ill of someone, even if they thought they were evil people? Are these the same people who preach to be positive and kind? They are. They are positive. They want to see this kind of person die of cancer.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'm almost willing to go back through all these motherfuckers' tweets, right?
Yeah.
And see if when he announced that he had cancer, if they said anything fucked up about him, like, oh, thank God he has cancer.
No, these motherfuckers weren't talking when he was alive.
No. You want to know? Yeah. That makes them even bigger pieces of shit.
I think that's very cowardly.
Because you won't fucking say it to his face, and now that he's dead and can't fucking debate you about whatever your differences are. So I heard this on the news today.
This is the epitome of kicking someone while they're down.
Yeah, literally. I heard this on the news today, and I told you this before we started the show. So Rush Limbaugh, somebody tweeted that he hated homosexuals or gays or LGBTQ. Was very good friends with Elton John, even though they had different political views. So that just shows you what kind of person he really was. He was willing to put his political views aside and be friends with someone. And clearly, he doesn't hate LGBTQ community people, whatever you guys call them.
I think even if he does have a distaste for, we'll call it the entire minority, like every minority ever.
Yeah.
I think it's obvious that he and Elton John could get together and do some math homework and be racist together, and they found that common ground.
Yeah, exactly.